Welcome to CTV News Your Canada. It's Friday, August 8th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thanks for watching.
So thousands gathered here for what was called Shai Rally Day. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not only one of the best basketball players in Canada, but also considered by many as one of the best basketball players in the world. And he grew up right here in Hamilton, going to high school at Sir Allan McNabb. Now today at the rally, they were celebrating the fact that not only did he win the MVP championship, he was also the playoff series MVP and the league MVP. His family was here to join him there with all the fans to show the trophy that they won this year. And also there are accolades from some of the people he grew up, talking about his determination, his passion, and everything that this city means in helping his development to reach the top.
Growing up, as I traveled across the world to countless states, cities, and countries, people always asked me where I was from. Some of my teammates and friends would opt to say Toronto, obviously, because it was more a recognizable city, and they didn't want to have to explain what and where Hamilton was on the map. I took pride in letting everyone know I was from Hamilton.
Today, he was given a key to the city by Mayor Andrea Horwath. And again, tonight, he will be honored during the Hamilton Tiger Cats BC Lions football game with a special tribute. John Musselman, CTV News in Hamilton.
A powerful photo exhibit at Halifax's City Hall depicts the enduring impact of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombings 80 years ago this week. CTV's Mike Lamb sheds light on one of the darkest moments in human history.
We are remembering Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It's the 80th anniversary of the dropping of the atomic bomb by the United States on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. Nova Scotia Voice of Women for Peace have opened this poster exhibit, which is an exhibit that will be seen across Canada, initiated by Setsuko Thurlow. Setsuko Thurlow is a hibakusha, a survivor of Hiroshima. She was 13 when she was pulled out of the rubble of her school and lost over 100 classmates, and she has dedicated her life to disarmament and peaceful solutions to conflict. And I think more than ever we need those thoughts in our life today. The posters have been donated by the Hiroshima Memorial Museum, and viewing is open to the public August 6th, the 7th, and the 8th from 9 until 2. I think our shared humanity and concern for one another and the devastation is what people might walk away from. There is no safe space when it comes to weapons of mass destruction. The lessons that we can take from Hiroshima and Nagasaki is that there are no solutions through destruction. The solutions come by being good neighbors, by creating communities of care, looking after our children. It was wonderful seeing the children at this exhibit, learning and being there with their parents. The most important thing about this commemoration is the determination needed for never again.
At an age when most wind down into retirement, Karen Hasty is just beginning a new professional chapter in her life.
And after a 32-year career, I wasn't ready to just sit and become a retiree. I wanted to give back to my community, and I've always been passionate about small business, and the opportunity came along to work with the Greater Sudbury Chamber.
Hasty is another example of how spirit triumphs the getting older stereotypes.
It's been well received from all levels. We have chambers appreciating to have a tool that they can offer to their members. Consumers love the idea of being able to save money and supporting Canadian businesses.
It's available to all chamber members, all of our almost 900 chamber members. And really it came to be from the leadership of Karen Hasty and the board of directors at the time.
This free app is available for everyone to use on a mobile device, and it gives an inside scoop of discounts on local northern businesses like Twigs and MIC here in Sudbury.
I think it's good to support a local startup. I think it's going to be successful nationwide. I think that's fun and important for local business to grow and grow together.
I think that's just an indication of the innovation and of the quality of new ventures that we have here in the community. The Chamber is very supportive of those. We always will be, and we love working with Karen and promoting the app to our members. It's of great value to them.
It's been exciting. I mean, like I said, an app that started in Sudbury, intended to be used here, and then we got some interest from other chambers across Ontario, and now we are coast to coast in over 58 cities.
Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
I don't even look at who's coming. I just come because it's always good.
Delmar and Carol Young have been coming to Folkfest for 20 years. They've come prepared for what the night has in store.
Lots of rain clothes. Lots of rain gear.
Lots of stuff wrapped in plastic.
Thousands have come out for the TARP lottery, hoping to snag the best spot on Gallagher Hill. Waiting in line for the lottery is a big part of the experience, even for City Councillor Andrew Knack.
I've never done the lottery before, so this is my first time trying this out. I've been to Folkfest before, but never this way.
There's planning and strategizing ahead of time.
It is animalistic in there. People, you come out with scratches. Everyone is dying to be the first one on the tarp. So we have to get here early so we can get all the same ticket, because that's the way we like to do it. So we all get the same spot in the secondary line.
The sold-out event will see dozens of artists on the stage for a music-filled weekend. The festival is a summer staple and for some, a rite of passage.
I feel like I am now becoming an Edmontonian today. Like I've lived here for 23 years, but now this is the moment.
People here for the TARP lottery say it's all worth it in the end to score the best spot on the hill.
Well, it's something that we like to do, and being first is important, yes, for us. We've been doing this 32 years in a row.
Indigenous artist Asanabi will be hitting the stage at 6:30, so anytime now, and that's going to be before Serena Ryder hits the stage at 8 o'clock. And so lots of people are here for such a good time, and the festival will be running all weekend long. It is a sold-out event, so it's going to be very busy, and wraps up on Sunday. Jeff?
All right, thanks, Marian. It's Marian Valdez-Carletti live at Gallagher Hill for us tonight.
Volunteers at Pioneer Acres are moving equipment around the property to get everything ready for their three-day event. It's the 55th annual show, and every year it features a different brand of machinery. This year it's celebrating a century of Caterpillar equipment.
The company started 100 years ago, 1925, but they didn't start from scratch. They were the merger between two competing companies, Holt and Best, and Mr. Holt had actually got a patent and invented the track system for the tractors. Because where he was selling tractors, they had the kind of soil that wheels didn't work very well on.
Ole Olsen spent a career working on the big machines and remembers fixing one that was hit by a train. He says they were built well and are powerful.
The D8 there, you're looking at an engine that's probably, I'm not 100% sure, but it's probably it's over the 300 horse. But the torque on it is astronomical because of the tracks, the gearing. So yes, they got tons of power.
The museum also has about 40 antique trucks like this Ottawa with a Cat engine that Harry Redding says is in perfect working condition.
Diesel engines in highway transport started in the late 20s, early 30s, but really didn't become popular until the 1950s. You started to see them more in transport trucks in the United States and here in Canada.
The museum covers a large area, and while it's filled with historic equipment, there are also other exhibits about southern Alberta farm life for visitors to learn about.
We have a wonderful Singer sewing machine display this year. There's an awesome quilting display. We have a bake sale, fresh baked buns. Yesterday they were busy baking buns in the kitchen.
Organizers say there will be close to 5,000 people attend the event over 3 days. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, near Irricana.
Thousands of books destined for new homes.
Every morning we come in, there's a pile of books waiting, and the Friends do a phenomenal job of organizing the material and getting it ready for the sale.
For 4 days, starting September 25th, the big book sale will take place at the BAMCO location in Guelph.
Donated last year was around 80,000.
the items because there were DVDs.
This is the 17th sale put on by Friends of the Guelph Public Library. This year, looking to the community to donate everything from books, DVDs, CDs, and records. Ideally having items dropped off in bags rather than boxes for easier transportation and sorting.
Donations are being accepted at the main library, the East Side branch, and the Westminster branch starting August 5th through to September 12th.
The effort also resulting in a large sum of money being raised.
Fundraising over the years, we've raised $1 million.
Friends donated $1 million to the Guelph Public Library in 2023, and that money is going directly to support the new Central Library, which is being built on 55 Baker Street.
Keeping the community and the joy of reading at the forefront of the fundraiser.
One of our core mandates is to improve literacy and to make reading available and to promote lifelong learning, and this book sale goes to support that.
Organizers are hoping that this year's efforts will see around $100,000 raised. Ashley Bacon, CTV News, Guelph.
In February of this year in Alberta, a mother cougar was shot, leaving behind her babies, says Park Safari CEO Serge Lucier.
I have 2 cubs, 2 kittens, 5 months old, 4 or 5 months old, out in the wild. They will die. They can't survive. I have 2 options. The provincial law says animals from the wild that cannot survive can be placed in an accredited zoological institution, Kazan, for instance, as we are, or euthanized. We don't want to euthanize them.
He called on the Calgary and Vancouver zoos to hold the cubs while Park Safari revamped an enclosure for the siblings, who seem to be settling in, says Lucier.
Not as shy, the female a little more shy. Her security is her brother. That will change in time, right? That will change in time.
He adds that cougars are not an endangered species, yet certainly more rare than they used to be.
There used to be cougars all over eastern Canada. There's none in Ontario or Quebec. There's none east. There's none in eastern United States anymore. They used to be all over, right? Only out west. But let's protect what's left.
Park Safari has a naming contest for the 2 new residents to encourage families to get involved and learn more about these big, beautiful cats.
Let's be aware that our backyard, our beautiful Canada, needs to be protected.
Park Safari is open 12 months a year for visits, but nap time on a hot day means these cubs are usually just chillin'. Christine Long, CTV News.
It's a soundtrack that's recognizable to theater fans internationally. Alexander Hamilton. The award-winning Hamilton production back in Ottawa for another tour.
It's the story of how the U.S. got started. Very interesting as the U.S. continues to grow and evolve and change and things. You know, what this show, how much it still resonates is awesome. It's just so iconic.
Tyler Fauntleroy plays the lead character, Alexander Hamilton. A score that brings together R&B, jazz, and hip-hop. The entire production a musical.
It feels like an Olympic sport, like I said, because of what it asks of you, you know, but it's a joy to do, to sing, to rap, to feel like there's a part of this medium that celebrates the thing that so many people, so many actors of color do so well.
The production has won accolades around the world, including 11 Tony Awards.
And the way that he designed this, the way that they're dancing.
At the National Arts Center, care and consideration goes into each costume.
We travel approximately 2,000 pieces for every single cast member, be it a dress, pants, their shirts, their shoes, in 39 gondolas and 2 hampers.
Put this on really at the very end of Act 1 and wear it for a good chunk.
The wardrobe, a significant element to the storyline.
There's not a lot to the set of the show. There's not a lot of extra things going on. It's really, to me, the story of Hamilton's really told through all the other technical elements, like the costumes, the choreography, the lighting, the sound.
A story of passion and history playing out on stage. Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
And
elm trees provide relief from the sun in the summer, and its canopy frames so many of North America's streets. But there is a disease threatening these beautiful, lush trees.
Dutch elm disease is a fungal disease carried by elm bark beetles. That's the vector of the disease. What happens there is it carries the spores from infected elm trees and transmit it to live ones.
The city of Yorkton recently wrapped its comprehensive Dutch elm disease survey.
This is more of protecting our trees within the city, and also to a cost. There is a cost value to us removing trees and losing those trees for a long time.
Once a tree is lost, it takes a long time to replace.
Around that 50 years, we might start seeing a very good canopy.
Even the 3 identified trees are 3 more than what the city wants to see, as the disease flares up in several areas of Saskatchewan.
The shade, for just natural beauty of the elm tree, it's very hard to lose. As we've been fortunate so far because other cities have been hurt worse than we have.
Dutch elm disease is easy to spot if you know what to look for.
The leaves will start to wilt and then followed by yellowing. And from that yellowing, that infected branch or where the twig is will turn brown.
Citizens are encouraged to report dead or dying trees to the city and are asked to dispose of elm wood at the landfill. The province also has a ban on elm firewood to help prevent spread, and a ban on pruning elm trees from the 1st of April to the 31st of August. Don't let Dutch elm disease take root. If you see it, report it. Regina CTV News, Yorkton.
It's still a work in progress.
It's not fully done yet, but I'm saying by next year, once the trees mature, once the grass matures, we'll add some flowers.
But this new memorial garden is already sending a powerful message that impaired driving devastates lives.
It serves as a message to the general public that there is action to be taken against impaired driving.
Created by Mothers Against Drunk Driving Canada and its local Windsor-Essex chapter, it's a space meant to honor lives lost to impaired driving and to remind others of the tragic consequences.
The location is amazing and really lends itself to tranquility and thoughtfulness so that victims and survivors have a place to really just spend a quiet moment thinking of their loved ones.
MAD Canada National President Tanya Hansen-Pratt, whose mother Beryl was killed by an impaired driver in 1999, made sure she was in Windsor for the event.
My mom's name is on a memorial in Manitoba, so I know what it's like to have a location for victims and survivors to come.
She says this garden is a reminder of what's at stake when someone chooses to drive after consuming alcohol, cannabis, or other drugs.
It's really important to be able to come to a place like this and to remember our loved ones and to know that they'll always be remembered.
National statistics show an average of 215 impaired driving-related charges or suspensions are laid in Canada every day, according to MAD Canada. But for families who've lost loved ones, they're more than numbers. They're preventable tragedies.
And we hope people are getting the message. I know it seems like a younger generation is getting that message from what we see and we hear anecdotally, and that's good news. We have to have everyone get that message. It's not acceptable, not tolerated.
Support for the memorial came from several local partners, including Caesars Windsor, St. Clair College, and the Windsor Port Authority, which made the waterfront space possible.
The increase in awareness in the efforts to bring greater attention to this matter, can never end. It's never sufficient.
This garden has been about 10 years in the making. Organizers say they hope the next step will be to install a memorial wall listing the names of those whose lives have been lost or impacted due to impaired driving, and also a gazebo, a place to sit and remember. Stephanie?
Okay, Chris Campbell tonight. Thank you for this.
Saskatchewan's law enforcement community is mourning the loss of a former police chief. Troy Hagan, who served as the chief of the Regina Police Service for 8 years, has passed away at the age of 67. Jacob Carr has more on Hagan's lasting legacy with RPS.
Hagen passed away on July 31st, according to an obituary published on Thursday. Born and raised in Regina, Hagen followed his dream of becoming a police officer, joining RPS in 1979. He rose through the ranks all the way from staff sergeant to chief of police from 2008 to his retirement in 2016. During his time with RPS, Hagen served in patrol, drug, property crimes, stolen auto, and crime prevention divisions. Hagen also served as a member of the Regina Police Association for 17 years, including 8 as president, and he is credited as playing a key role in introducing the 12-hour shift. Current acting chief Laura Lee Davies saw Hagen as a mentor and recalls one of her first police association meetings with Hagen.
And I just remember being so in awe of his presence in the room and the way that he could command a room and just speak with such knowledge and passion. I just was I'm sure, rookie probably just looked dumbfounded. But to me, that just his ability to be able to be passionate and hold a room is something that sticks in my mind.
Throughout his time with RPS, Hagen served on several boards and committees, including Cops for Cancer, Family Services Regina, the Heart and Stroke Foundation, and the United Way. A private celebration of Hagen's life will be held at a later date. According to his obituary, Hagen will be remembered for his unwavering strength, determination, and wholehearted approach to life. Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
South Georgian Bay is quickly gaining a reputation for producing some of the best cider and wine here in Ontario, and a new local company wants you to enjoy all of the vistas, vino, and cider and leave the driving to Viko. The Viko Vino Van is a shuttle service that picks you up and takes you to and from 4 local wine and cider producers. That way, once you arrive, you and your group can enjoy drinks, charcuterie in a safe and responsible way, all while seeing everything our region has to offer.
Honestly, really trying to get people off their devices, get people coming together, having fun, cheersing over a glass of wine or cider. And yeah, a way to really shine a spotlight on not only the region, but also the small businesses, makers in the area.
And there's no need to take your phone because the group gives you a little camera to capture memories from the day.
This is only one wall. There's another wall going down this way.
When young Karen Redquich posed for this photo in her Grandpa Stan's workshop, she was likely looking forward to sharing milk and cookies or watching football with him, rather than looking up at the pictures that surrounded her.
I didn't really appreciate what he did. It was just, he was my grandpa. He strung tennis rackets. Not a big deal, right?
While Karen was far more interested in hearing stories about him serving overseas during the Second World War, Grandpa Stan never really talked about how he earned a different name than was on his work tag.
He was used in advertisements for the Bay as Mr. Tennis.
Stan Rhodes had started turning a skill he learned before the war into an art form.
That became his life, stringing tennis rackets.
His craftsmanship eventually captured the attention of the best players across Canada and around the world.
Billie Jean King, Bobby Briggs.
Who showed their appreciation by posing for pictures and handwriting thank you notes.
Boy, he had some career.
When his bosses at the Bay weren't buying full-page ads to tout Mr. Tennis, they were setting Stan up in display windows to demonstrate his skills, which, according to this article, attracted crowds so large the street was blocked.
He kept all this stuff, but it wasn't like he bragged about it. You think he would, but he was very humble.
And like he spent 50 years supporting greatness on the court, Stan encouraged his family back home.
I had some bowling trophies, and he set this little thing up.
And after Stan took this picture of his granddaughter, he hung it alongside the photos of the famous.
That was pretty special of him to honor me amongst his other treasured photos.
Stan died when Karen was 14. While she never got a chance to know enough to say how proud she was of him then, she's hoping by sharing his story, she can show him now.
Without these people and their accomplishments and their hard work and their knowledge, we wouldn't be the people who we are today.
And through honoring our past, Karen has learned we can appreciate our present more fully and move into the future with gratitude.
Thank you, Mr. Tennis.
Thank you, Grandpa.
Thank you, Grandpa, yeah.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Maple Ridge.